Good morning, friends, followers, and fellow book lovers. This is Iron Will, and I'm back with another nugget. Um, last time we talked about integrity and how integrity is developed over time. People can rely on your word. They know that you're going to say what you do. And what that means is that you are developing into a person of character. Character, once upon a time, simply meant the mark that was put on a product that was created or made by someone, that mark, whatever it was indication of the character of that creator. It's since come to mean more than that. And one of those things that it's come to mean is our character, our integrity, our choices, our habits built over time. And one of my favorite sayings about Americans, and this can still be found in many parts of America, and that is that a person is a man or woman of their word. That when you say something, that has weight. For example, one of the things that I very, very carefully say is I will X. If I am positive that I can do something and execute something in a certain way, then I will say, hey, wife, I will do X by this time. If I'm not able to, then I will say something like, I will try, let me look at it. Let me see if I can change some things in my schedule, because I don't want to give my word unless it looks like I'm going to be able to keep it. That character is not just what other people see, but what we do when we're by ourselves. And that is a combination. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. That is a combination of those habits and that integrity, that work that we put in ourselves over time. You know, one of the things I talk to my kids about is reading their scriptures that they should read every day. And they, grumble and say stuff. And I'm like, look, you just need to read one verse every day. If you read more, fantastic. And I talk about how when I first got started reading the scriptures, it took me a whole year to read through. Excuse me. And I stopped and started and read a verse here and a chapter there and really just struggled through that. And then eventually that year came and I was able to just read every day and just work on, just now, not perfectly, but I became so consistent at it that it didn't matter what was going on as I squeezed in that reading. Oh, and maybe it was I read a verse today instead of a chapter. Maybe it was I read for 2 minutes instead of 5. Excuse me. Whatever the case may have been, I was doing. Now, some 25, well, about 30 years later, I read every day. And over the course of these years, I've probably missed reading somewhere between a dozen and 2 dozen times. That's not important. What's important is the consistency. I'm accountable to myself to do what's right. And that's one of the key factors in developing character, is that you're accountable to yourself. If you're a faith-based person, then you're accountable to God, to Allah, to whatever that faith is. But you hold yourself accountable. You don't need mom, dad, wife, husband, pastor to be like, hey, now we all need some correction. What I'm saying is, though, that we put in the effort on a regular basis, every day, to develop that character, to develop that kind of habits, which turns into integrity, which turns into character over time. Some of the people that I love the most, that are mentors and examples to me, have massive, massive character. And I can count on them to hold me accountable, to call me out when I'm not living up to what I should be doing, those different aspects. And I hope that you have men and women in your circle of friends that will do the same thing, that will call you out and hold you accountable. So, character, habits, and integrity built over time, where we hold ourselves accountable to the decisions that we've made, no matter the obstacles, no matter the challenges. But it also means that we're humble enough to look at things with fresh eyes when it's warranted and make a change when it's necessary. So, my friends, followers, and fellow book lovers, I hope you guys go out and make it a great day. Go out and make it a great 2 weeks. I'll see you then.